Welcome to the following presentation of the World Football League on the Replay Sports channel. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Glenn Walker. Hi in the press box here, BMO Field, Toronto, Ontario. It's a clear, cool 54-degree evening here from the home of the defending league champions, the Toronto Hitmen, as they will take on the Tampa Bay Bandits. Both teams with identical 4-2 records as we approach the halfway point of the 2022 season. Both teams are finishing up their pregame warm-ups and give me an opportunity to tell you a little bit about both teams. Tampa Bay, again, starting off with a 4-2 record. They're battling with Birmingham for control of the Southern Division. As we take a quick look at the standings coming into tonight's game. Orlando with a big win yesterday. We'll talk more about that during our halftime highlights. But turning into almost a three-team race there in the Southern Division. Toronto, defending champions, having a bit of a challenge from the Philadelphia Bell. And that's where Toronto would like to be at the conclusion of tonight's game. Tampa Bay Bandits, of course, led by Tom Brady. Tom Brady, off to a good start, has not had an interception so far this season. Quarterback rating of 104.9. He'll be going up against a familiar foe, Justin Herbert, last year's Rookie of the Year, led his team to the Pantheon Bowl. Struggling a bit this season, has already thrown 10 interceptions. That's the most of any quarterback in the WFL. So we head on down to the field. They've already conducted the coin toss. Tampa Bay has deferred to the second half, so we will see Justin Herbert and the Toronto Hitmen with the ball first. Beautiful, clear 54-degree evening here. Slight wind. And Koch tees up the ball. Duvernay is the deep man for Toronto. And we're getting set to get underway. Short kick to Duvernay inside his own 5. Gets to the 15, the 20. Out to the 30, look out, 40, one man to beat, finally subdued at midfield. A 48-yard return by Devin Duvernay. And the Toronto Hitmen start out with great field position. Justin Herbert brings out the 15th ranked offense. They average about 326 yards a game. Take a look at that starting offense. Herbert at the starting quarterback position. Running back will be Melvin Gordon. The H-back will be Eric Tomlinson. Your wide receivers, DJ Moore will be on the left. Alex Erickson will be on the right. Tight end will be Dawson Knox. Your offensive lineman, Darrell Williams at left tackle. Quentin Spain at left guard. At center will be Mitch Morse. Dalton Risner will be at right guard. And David Quisenberry will be at the right tackle. Toronto, in their all-black uniforms, black helmets, white numerals, moving right to left across your screen. Ball set at the Tampa Bay 48. Herbert under signal, calling the signals. Gord will get the handoff on the game's first play from scrimmage. And he is stopped by Ebucom after a 2-yard gain. Let's take a look at that Tampa Bay defense. They rank 8th in the league in total defense. They use the 3-4 combination. At your defensive end, Dominican Sue, Nick Bosa are the defensive ends. Nose tackle will be Davin Godcho. Your linebackers, Samson Ebucom, who just made the tackle, Tremaine Edmonds, Eric Kendricks, and Shaquille Barrett. Your secondary, Desmond Trufant and Kenny Moore are the cornerbacks. Jordan Whitehead and Quandre Diggs will be the defensive secondary. 2nd and 8 from the Tampa Bay 46. Toronto shifts to 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Herbert throws a screen over to Gordon. picks up a few yards, has a first down. He's angled out of bounds by Kendricks at the Tampa Bay 37. Hitmen pick up a first down. On the move here, early. Melvin Gordon, 96 carries for 403 yards, leads the league in touchdowns. Has 7 touchdowns, averages 4.2 yards per game. They'll go to a 3 wide receiver package here on 1st and 10. Herbert backs up into the pistol. Booker's into the game now at running back. Moore, Erickson, and Brown are the wide receivers. Blitz is on, picked up, plenty of time, dumps it off to Knox. He's to the 30, finally tackled by Diggs at the Tampa Bay 28. So a Duvernay opening kickoff of 48 yards puts Toronto in excellent field position just inside Tampa Bay territory. And 3 plays in, they're nearing the red zone. 9-yard gain by Dawson Knox. Brings up 2nd and 1. Toronto will go back to an I formation. Melvin Gordon will be the deep back. Need to pick up a yard. Hand off to Gordon. Off tackle left. He's close. Tackled by Edmonds. We have an injured Tampa Bay player down. Gordon does pick up the first down. Injured Tampa Bay player is Edmonds as he heads the sideline favoring that left knee. The Bandits are already without defensive lineman Akeem Hicks. We'll talk more about their other injury report when they come out on offense. For the Hitmen, they're missing some important players on the offensive line. Tackle Ryan Ramczyk. Brown with a back injury. So much so that Toronto head coach Ryan Dinwiddie and the front office did have to secure some additional help off the free agent wire this week. So they would have plenty of backups heading into tonight's game. 1st and 10, ball at the Tampa Bay 25. Toronto back to the 3 wide receiver set. Booker in the game at running back. Blitz coming. Herbert under pressure, and he's dropped and sacked by Shaquille Barrett. And just as we mentioned, those key injuries to 2 offensive tackles showed up there as Shaquille Barrett is finally able to catch the Toronto quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 6 yards, brings up 2nd and 16. Tampa Bay's defensive unit had 20 sacks heading into tonight's game. Ranks them 3rd in the league. Herbert in the huddle, trying to dial up a play here. Gordon back in at running back. 2 tight end formation. Back to pass. Completes the screen to Gordon near side. He's going to pick up a few. He's to the 25, to the 20, finally stopped by Kendricks. A gain of 11, so they get a lot of those yards back that he lost from the sack. And it brings up 3rd and 5. Ball just at the Tampa Bay 20. Inside the red zone, Toronto ranks 4th in red zone percentage. They score 95% of the time inside the red zone through 6 games. Toronto empties out the backfield on 3rd down. Herbert calling the signals. Man in motion. Back to pass. Fires. Incomplete. He was looking for Erickson. But Bosa, Good coverage there. Brings up 4th and 5. And out will come the field goal kicking unit. Greg Zuerlein, 9 of 10 in the field goals so far this season. He will be attempting what looks to be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Again, slight wind, 10 miles an hour, on a clear, beautiful night here in Toronto. Snap, hold is good, and the kick is through the uprights. So Toronto strikes first. A great opening kick puts them in good field position. 8 play, 28 yards, 3 minutes, 29 seconds. Culminates in a Zuerlein 38-yard field goal. Toronto leads at 3-0. 11 minutes, 19 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. Thank you for joining us here on the Replay Sports channel. Earlier today I did a baseball game on MLB 67, so I want to thank Norman. We have a new subscriber named Norman, and we also got some nice comments from you guys on our basketball broadcast a little bit earlier. So if you're not already a subscriber, it's free, doesn't cost nothing, as Bluto says in Animal House. So sign up to join, and we got all kinds of great sports: football, baseball, basketball. We're going to have hockey soon, and maybe golf. There was no golf today. It could have been a great day to do some action PC sports golf. So Tampa Bay and Tom Brady will get the ball for the first time. Zuerlein's teeing the ball up. Harris will be your deep man to return for Tampa Bay. And this one's going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. And out will come the Tampa Bay Bandits offense. 3rd ranked offense in the WFL, averages about 396 yards a game. They are led, of course, by Tom Brady. Lone running back will be Leonard Fournette. Your 2 wide receivers, Cooper Kupp on the left, Hunter Renfrow on the right. Your 2 tight ends, Cole Kmet and Tyler Higbee. Your offensive line looks like this: Tristan Wirfs at left tackle, Alex Leatherwood at left guard. At center, Ryan Jensen. Right guard, Michael Dieter, and James Hudson III at right tackle. 1st and 10, Bandits in their all-white uniforms. Silver helmets, red numerals, moving left to right across your screen. Brady under center, barking out the signal. Play action, plenty of time to throw. Over the middle and incomplete. He was looking for Kupp, but it was just a little too far ahead of him there. Incomplete, brings up 2nd down. Take a look at that Toronto defense. This is the matchup everybody's been talking about all week. Tampa Bay's number 3 offense versus Toronto's number 3 defense. Let's take a look at the 4-3 defense that Toronto will be using. Gross Matos and Wormley will be your defensive ends. Lawrence Guy, Dexter Lawrence will be your defensive tackles. Your linebackers, Chase Vinovich, Von Miller, David Long. Defensive secondary, Josh Norman, Antoine Winfield Jr., Adrian Amos, and Kendall Fuller. 2nd and 10, ball at the Tampa Bay 25. 3 wide receivers set for Tampa Bay. Brady moves to the pistol. From the pistol, under pressure, Brady eludes one, but he finally goes down. Sacked by Lawrence. Looked like there was a fumble on the play, but the referee, Clay Martin, rules that Tampa Bay keeps possession. There will be a loss of 5 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd and 15 for Tampa Bay. Empty backfield for the Bandits. Man in motion is Kupp. Back to pass goes Brady. Over the middle. Looking for McLaurin, incomplete. There without Calvin Ridley. thumb injury earlier this season. Hope to have him back here in a few weeks. Brings up fourth down. Tampa Bay goes 3 and out on their first possession. And that'll bring out Koch to do the punting duties. Back deep will be Erickson. Erickson standing at about his own 45. Toronto with some good opportunity here for some good field position for their second drive of the night. Erickson's going to call a fair catch. They'll mark him down at the 38. And as we said at the top of the show, or if you read in the descriptor, this is a rematch of last season's Eastern Divisional Playoff game. That was the game that Toronto defeated Tampa Bay 41-14 here at BMO Field. Herbert, 31 of 38, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns that day. Melvin Gordon also had a 2-touchdown day. Cole Beasley, 12 receptions, 135 yards. Not a great day for Tampa Bay. And all week, talk to coaches, you talk to players who were here. They will tell you that they clearly would like to come back here and make amends for that. So out of the break, 10:17 to go here in the first quarter. Toronto lead 3-0. Defense stops Tampa Bay on a 3 and out. And the offense is back. I formation behind Herbert. Gordon with the handoff up the middle. And he's going to get maybe one. Tackled by Godcho at the Toronto 39. Herbert not having the year that he had last year, only completing 59% of his passes, leads the league in interceptions. He only has 11 touchdowns versus 10 interceptions. Quarterback rating of 74.2 coming into tonight's game. Back to the 2 tight end formation. Gordon the lone running back. Herbert back in the pistol. Back to throw. Screen to Gordon. Complete in the backfield, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Kendrick spins him down. They'll mark it as a loss of 1. We're under the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter, and Toronto faces a 3rd and long. They need to get to the Toronto 48 for a first down. Toronto, coached by Ryan Dinwiddie in his second season, came in last season. His current record is 18-5. He's the 7th coach in franchise history. First coach to take him all the way to the Pantheon Bowl. Four wide receiver set for Herbert. Takes the snap, looking. He's going to throw short to Beasley. A little screen. He's got some room to run. He's at the 45, and he gets the first down as he gets drilled by Jones at midfield. First down, Toronto. Ball be placed at the midfield logo. Back to the I formation for the Hitmen. Handoff Gordon, off tackle right. Takes a couple of men to bring him down. I think Abucom will be credited with the tackle. Gain of 4. So Gordon seeing a lot of the offensive production here tonight. Tampa Bay head coach is Byron Leftwich. Of course, he took over the very last game of last season's regular season. Becomes coach right before Week 14. A must-win game over Houston. They, of course, win that game 34-10 to clinch the playoff berth, and then they win the wild card game, but of course run up against the immovable force that was Toronto last season. So Leftwich, 14th coach in franchise history. He's in his first full season as the head man in charge. 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Hitmen lead at 3-0, 2nd and 6, ball at the Tampa Bay 46. Booker back into the game at running back. Herbert changing the call at the line. Back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws underneath to Booker. And Booker will gain 4 yards before being tackled by Kendricks, the middle linebacker. It's going to bring up a very short 3rd and 2. Ball's at the Tampa 42. We're halfway through the first quarter. Empty backfield behind Herbert. Knox moves over to the slot position. Here comes pressure from Tampa Bay. Herbert gets rid of it in time, completes it to Knox near the 35. Toronto has another first down. Diggs is brought down. There's an injury, though. Dalton Risner injured on the play. Another injury to that Toronto offensive line. They can ill afford injuries there. I think he's indicating to the trainer his right triceps. So he's going to head over to the medical tent. 6:44 to go here, first quarter. Toronto with the early momentum here tonight. Gordon back in the game at running back. I formation behind Herbert. Gordon gets the handoff, off tackle right. Met at the line, but he carries Hendricks for at least 3 yards. Gordon's feet keeps moving. And it'll be 2nd and 7. Ball at the Tampa Bay 31. Gordon to the sidelines. They shuttle in running backs pretty quickly there to keep them fresh. 3 wide receivers set for Toronto. Herbert from the gun. Has time. Throws short to Brown. Complete at the 28. They'll mark him down at the 27. Moore with the tackle. So Brown with his first catch of the night. Now bring up 3rd and 3. Toronto dealing with a lot of 3rd and short situations tonight. Makes the job very easy for the offensive coordinator. They'll stay with the 3 wide receiver set on 3rd and short. Back to pass. Has time. Looking. Throws underneath to Booker. And Booker is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Kendricks, a very busy man on the defense for Tampa Bay tonight. He nails Booker for a 2-yard loss and bring up 4th and 5. And once again, we're going to see Greg Zuerlein and the field goal kicking unit. So for a 47-yard field goal, not an automatic for Zuerlein. And this one's on its way and good. Zuerlein 2 for 2 tonight. This one from 47. Looking at the replay there was a bad snap by Morse, but Bailey, the punter, was able to get it down in time. So 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. A 10-play, 33-yard drive, taking up just 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes. And Toronto leads 6-0. Tampa Bay gets their second possession of the game. They went 3 and out. If you're just joining us. Harris, the deep man, set to receive. And this will sail through again for another touchback. Tampa Bay gets the ball to start at their own 25. Brady so far on the season, 147 completions, 221 attempts. Completed about 67% of his passes so far, 1,714 yards, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions so far. and a quarterback rating of 104.9. Brady changing the play at the line. Brady, oh, there's a mix-up there, and Brady's going to have to eat that one. There might be a fumble, too. There is, and Toronto's going to get the ball. I have to take a look at that on the replay, but it looks like he had changed it to a running play, and Fournette did not get the signal. Fournette just goes off, and Brady has no one to hand it to. So Toronto gets the ball back at the Tampa Bay 26 with 4:41 left to go. Frustrating beginning here for the Tampa Bay Bandits. Three wide receivers set for Toronto. Booker the lone running back. Herbert, play action, and he gets chased and sacked by Nick Bosa. And again, the problems on that Toronto offensive line leads to the second sack of the night of Herbert. That'll move the ball back to the Tampa Bay 34. It'll be 2nd and 18. Nick Bosa came into the game leading the Bandits with 5 sacks. Back to pass on 2nd and long. Fires, completes it to Moore in stride at the 20. Finally tackled by Campbell. And at first look, they thought he had the first down, but out comes the chain gang. And they're going to say he's just short. So bring up 3rd and inches. And Toronto sends in the jumbo package. Gordon the deep back. Tomlinson the H-back. Just inches to go for the first down. Handoff to Gordon to the right side of the line. He's got the first down a little bit more. Finally tackled by Barrett at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Toronto. With 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They lead at 6-0, looking to expand their lead. A fumble by Brady on the first play of their second possession has given Toronto the opportunity to go up double digits here. And off to Gordon, off tackle right. And he's going to be stopped at the line. Kendricks, another tackle for Kendricks, no gain. Brings up 2nd and goal. Second and goal. 3 wide receivers set for Toronto. Herbert from the gun. Has time. Looking. Fires near side to Brown. 1 man to beat. Touchdown, Toronto. The offensive line, banged up as they are, put together with all sorts of different players, gives Herbert the time to throw, and he connects with Brown on the 10-yard touchdown pass. Greg Zuerlein on to kick the extra point. And Zuerlein's extra point is good. So with 1:47 left to go here in quarter number 1, Toronto jumps out to a 13-0 lead. Tampa Bay has negative 4 yards in total offense. It's been all Toronto so far. Harris back to return. Previous 2 kickoffs have gone through the end zone for a touchback, and the third one does. So Tampa Bay offense, they go 3 and out their first possession. Brady fumbles on a handoff attempt on the first play of their second possession. Here's hoping that for them that 3's a charm on their third possession. Three wide receivers set for Tampa Bay. Brady lines up in the gun. Back to pass. Brady with time. Over the middle. Looking for McLaurin, but incomplete. Closely guarded there by Josh Norman. Norman may have gotten a finger on that one as well. Brings up 2nd and 10. Brady 0 for 3 in the passing department. 0 yards. Herbert 11 of 12, 82 yards and 1 touchdown. And before we can get the playoff, there's a penalty.
False start. Offense. Number 89. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
And that's on the tight end, Higbee. And that was Clay Martin, tonight's referee. He's in his 5th season. And the 6'4" former basketball player is also a high school basketball coach in the offseason from Jinx, Oklahoma. A little bit about Clay Martin there. First time we've got to hear from him tonight, almost all the way into the first quarter. So first accepted penalty goes against Tampa Bay. They're backed up to the Tampa Bay 20. It'll be 2nd and 15. Tampa Bay offense needs to get something going here. Brady back to pass. Over the middle. Looking for Renfro. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and down. 3rd and 15. Very unusual for this 3rd-ranked offense, 2nd-ranked passing offense, to be off to such a horrible start. Negative 4 yards to start this game. Tampa Bay will clear out the backfield here on 3rd down. Brady calling the signal. Back to pass with time. Throws. Ball batted down at the line. Wormley swats it down. And a frustrated Brady and the Tampa Bay offense head back to the sideline. A minute and a half to go, and Tampa Bay's offense is not producing anything. Koch on to punt. Erickson back to return for Toronto. Koch gets it away. Erickson grabs it at his own 34. He's got a return here past the 40. Finally tackled by Jones at the Toronto 44. A minute 23 to go. Toronto again. Excellent field position all night so far. The Tampa Bay defense has to go to work again. I formation behind Herbert. Hand off to Gordon. He's going to sweep around the right-hand side. He's to midfield into Tampa Bay territory, close to the 1st down. Again, short by a few inches. They'll mark it at the Tampa Bay 46. Jumbo package in for Toronto again. Coming into the night, 8th ranked in rushing offense as Gordon picks up the first down and a couple more. Gain of 5, tackled by Godcho. And that will probably be the last play of the first quarter, as both teams head to the sideline. And that's the end of quarter number 1. It has been all Toronto so far. They lead it 13-0. Well, folks, we're at the halfway point of the season, so that means tonight is the last Monday night football game that we do, but have no fear, we're still going to be doing some end of the week primetime games. We switch over to a Sunday night schedule, and we start our flex schedule. We pick the game a week or two ahead of time, and we got a really good one coming up for you next week. The Birmingham Americans, the surprising Birmingham Americans, they're on a 3-game win streak. Currently at 5-2, first place in the Southern Division. They're going to travel to the West Coast to take on the 4-2 Los Angeles Wildcats. That'll be our debut broadcast of Sunday night football for this season, so make sure to check that out. Take a look at the first quarter statistics, and man, if you're a Tampa Bay Bandit fan, look away. It's not good. Look at that time of possession. 13 minutes, 27 seconds for Toronto, just a minute and a half for Tampa Bay. Yeah, that -4 is awful. Brady, 0 for 5 in the passing department tonight. Toronto has the ball. Ball's placed at the Tampa Bay 41. We start quarter number 2. Pitch right to Gordon on the second quarter's first play. Gordon looking for a hole. Finds it near the 40. Finally tackled by Sue at the Tampa Bay 38. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Toronto breaks the huddle. That was Gordon's 10th carry of the night. He's gained 37 yards so far. He'll get it again off tackle rights to the 35. Tackled by Sue at the 33. Hello, Mr. Sue. How do you do? Gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and 2. Gordon out of the game at running back. In comes Devontae Booker. Herbert changing the play at the line of scrimmage. There's a penalty before he can get the play off.
False start. Offense, number 28, 5-yard penalty.
I think Devontae Booker was doing the impersonation of a rocking chair there. And that was caught by one of the officials. So it'll be 3rd and 7 now. Ball will be placed back at the Tampa Bay 38. First penalty on the night for Toronto. Really the only thing they've done wrong so far tonight. Empty backfield for Justin Herbert in his 2nd season out of Oregon. Back to pass with time, looking over the middle, completes it to the tight end Knox. He's got a first down. He's to the 25, the 20, the 15, and finally tackled by Campbell with the touchdown saving grab at the 11. 27-yard completion. That's Dawson Knox's longest reception of the season so far. 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay 11. This is starting to get ugly for Tampa Bay. Booker will be the deep back on 1st and 10. He'll get the handoff. Off tackle right, met in the backfield by Sue. Oh, they'll credit him for getting back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Brings up 2nd and 10. Herbert from the gun on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Looking. Fires for Brown. Near side. Incomplete. More on the coverage. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10. Bandits with their backs to the wall here. Toronto needs to reach the Tampa Bay 1-yard line for a first down. Herbert with time, looking, throws, completes to Booker underneath. But he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Kendricks. And that will bring up 4th down. And we get to see Greg Zuerlein once again for a field goal attempt. This one looks like it'll be from 29 yards out. And the kick is good. Toronto jumps out to a 16-0 lead, and really Tampa Bay should be thankful. I mean, three field goals by Zuerlein, those could have easily been touchdowns for Toronto. So 11:33 left to go here. Second quarter. We await the kickoff from Toronto. So back to BMO Field, 54 degrees at kickoff, clear night, slight wind. And Harris awaits the kickoff. He's going to watch this one sail again. Zuerlein's been a busy man in the kicking department tonight. Tampa Bay's dug themselves a hole. They trail 16-0. Still plenty of time. And again, those of you who are longtime watchers of the WFL and our broadcast knows anything can happen. We saw Philadelphia come back last week against Detroit in an interesting game. So hang out, watch football game. Don't go anywhere. Fournette, the lone running back, behind Tom Brady. Bandits trying to get something going here offensively. Brady, back to pass. Completes his first pass to Cooper Kupp for a first down. And for the first time, the Bandits are in positive territory. Cooper Kupp leads the league in receptions with 39, reception yards, 539 yards, and touchdowns. 5 touchdowns on the season. Been waiting for almost a quarter and a half to say that. Tampa Bay with a first down. Hand off to Fournette. He eludes one man in the backfield, gets to the 40. Finally brought down by Fuller near the 45. Gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2. The Bandits offense beginning to wake up. Brady, back to pass. Tosses a screen over to Fournette. He's got the first down. They're into Toronto territory. Winfield with the tackle at the Toronto 43. Under 10 minutes to go until halftime. And Tampa Bay, the first serious drive of the game. Three wide receivers set now in for Tampa Bay. Brady gets the snap, has time, looking, fires, completes it to Kupp at the 30. Tackled by Fuller. And Tampa Bay is on the move. Back to the two tight end formation for Tampa Bay. Hand off to Fournette. He's to the 25. 20. Has the first down. Winfield with the tackle at the 17. Tampa Bay into the red zone for the first time tonight. Tampa Bay ranks 8th in red zone percentage. They score 90% of the time inside the 20. Back to the three wide receiver set. Brady, back to pass. Completes it to Kupp inside the 10. Tackled by Fuller. They'll mark him down at the 9. Things seem to be clicking again for Tampa Bay. Second and 2. Brady with time, looking, trying to get it over to Kupp, but Kupp was covered by Fuller. Brings up 3rd and 2. Kupp, Renfro, and McLaurin are the wide receivers. Higbee in at tight end. Brady looks up top for McLaurin for the touchdown. He's in. And the Bandits are on the board. An 8-play, 75-yard drive. A Brady 9-yard touchdown pass to McLaurin. Fantastic pass there to McLaurin. Brady's 11th touchdown pass of the season. And McPherson on to kick the extra point attempt, and that one sails left. No good. But Tampa Bay is on the board. They trail by 10, 16-6, with 6:54 left to go in the first half. Erickson awaits the kickoff from McPherson. And this one will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So Toronto gets the ball at their own 25, 6:54 left to go here in the first half. During halftime, we're going to go over some of the other Week 7 games that happened yesterday and try to preview what's coming up in Week 8 here in the 2022 WFL season. Booker in at running back for Toronto. He'll get the handoff up the middle. Gets to about the 30 before being tackled by Shaquille Barrett. Gain of 7 yards. Herbert will shift to the pistol this time. forced to run out of the pocket for the first time tonight. He's got the first down. Diggs with a stop at the Toronto 39. Tampa Bay trying to increase the pressure on Herbert. Again, he leads the league in interceptions, trying to force the second-year man into a mistake here. First and 10, Toronto. First and 10, Herbert back to pass. Throws underneath to Booker. He's to the 40. Few extra yards before being tackled by Kendricks at the 44. Gain of 5. Herbert on the night so far, 14 of 16 for 113 yards. Gordon back in the game at running back. Pitch toss right to Gordon. And he is snuffed out in the backfield. Godcho with a 4-yard loss. And Toronto fans voicing their displeasure at the play call there. 3rd and 9. Tampa Bay looking to get a stop here. Empty backfield behind Herbert. Herbert with time. Drifting right. Intercepted. Burris has the ball. He is into Toronto territory.
Is under review. Ruling on the field stands. Interception.
And I think the question was when he caught the ball, was he inbounds? And so the guys in the truck there got us a good review there. Let's take a look at that one again. And he is inbounds. Great job. Our guys in the truck get another great video look there. So Tampa Bay defense forces a turnover, and for Justin Herbert, that is his 11th interception that he's thrown this season. Tampa Bay with an opportunity to pull within at least 3. One running back, 2 tight end formation for Tampa Bay. Fournette the lone running back. Brady changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Looking. There's a penalty flag on the play. Pass for Komet is incomplete.
Holding. Defense. Number 29, 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
And Fuller gets caught with the hold. We'll take a look at that on replay. Fuller's number 31. Or number 29, I'm sorry. Yep, grabbing him around the waist there. And that got called. First and 10 Tampa Bay at the Toronto 33. Just under 4 minutes to go until halftime. Momentum shifting back over to the Bandits. Brady clapping his hands for the ball. Tosses the screen over to Fournette. Another penalty flag as he's tackled near the line of scrimmage.
Offsides. Defense. Number 97, 5-yard penalty.
So back-to-back penalties on Toronto. Now bring up 1st and 5 for Tampa Bay. Three wide receivers set in for Tampa Bay. Brady surveying the defense. Play action. Looking. He's going to throw deep. Oh, he's looking for Renfro, and they missed the connection there. Renfro would have easily scored. Clock stops with 3:38 to go. 2nd and 5. Hand off to Fournette, up the middle. Stop near the 25. They'll mark him down at the 26. Brings up 3rd and 3. Need to get to the Toronto 23 for the first down. Empty backfield behind Brady. And Brady saw something he didn't like. He calls a quick timeout before the play clock expires. Clock stops with 3:03 left to go. And again, at halftime, we're going to go over some games that happened yesterday. Again, looking at those standings, Las Vegas with the best record at the halfway point. Todd Bowles has them sitting at 6-1. Philadelphia at 5-2. Toronto, if they win, will be tied for first place. And in the Southern Division, the surprising Birmingham Americans are at 5-2. We'll see them next week on Sunday Night Football. Tampa Bay could tie 5-2. So we're back to live action after the timeout. 3rd and 3. Higbee lines up in a slot formation. Brady under pressure, gets it off in time, but it's incomplete. There is a flag on the play.
Offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty.
And the rookie left guard, Leatherwood, gets called for the penalty. And Toronto will decline. So Toronto's declining it. And Brady is telling Coach Leftwich he's going to keep the offense out on the field. This is an interesting development. Tampa Bay keeping the offense on the field on 4th and 3. Brady, back to pass. Fires, completes to Higbee at the 20. He's got the first down. The gamble pays off. Tampa Bay, inside red zone. Fresh set of downs. Under 3 minutes to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Brady back to pass. Completes over the middle to Kupp at the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Bandits are an extra point away from pulling to within 3 points. It took them about a quarter to get warmed up, but man, here in the second quarter, Tampa Bay firing on all cylinders on offense. McPherson missed his first point after attempt, but makes this one. And Tampa Bay, at one point, trailing 16-0. They have scored 13 unanswered points. 2:22 left before halftime. Toronto 16, Tampa Bay 13. McPherson set to kick off. Duvernay prepared to return. Duvernay is going to break it out of the end zone. It's to the 10, the 20. And finally brought down by the kicker. McPherson with the tackle at the 28. Stops the clock with 2:11 in the first half. Toronto has all three of their timeouts. Herbert breaks the huddle. 3 wide receivers set for the Hitmen. Herbert under pressure, forced to leave the pocket. He's to the 30, the 35. He's got the first down to the 40, tackled by Hendricks. 14-yard scamper. And for Eric Hendricks, that's his 10th tackle of the day. And that will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay deferred the kickoff. They'll receive to start the second half. And it's probably a well-played move there by head coach Byron Leftwich. We mentioned earlier some of the games yesterday. Philadelphia did lose at Orlando. Los Angeles, who we'll see next week, lost at St. Louis. St. Louis is a surprising team. They started off, had a tough start to the season. They've now improved to 4-3. Vegas, of course, wins 28-7 over San Antonio. Vegas with the best record. And Arizona Wranglers, don't take your eyes off the Arizona Wranglers. They're at 4-3. Tannehill with a great day yesterday. We'll talk more about those results at halftime. So back out on the field. Toronto with the ball at the Toronto 42. 2 minutes to go. Toronto with all 3 of its timeouts. They'll go 4 wide receiver set here. We'll see Justin Herbert work the 2-minute offense here. Herbert under pressure, and he's dropped by Barrett. Shaquille Barrett with his 2nd sack of the day. And I mean, Barrett had a full head of steam coming there. Watch number 58 when the ball is hiked. I mean, he is already in the backfield. Herbert trying to preserve the timeout, so he hurries the team up to the line. Gets the snap. Drifting right. Throws. Completes to Beasley inside the Tampa Bay 40. He's trying to get out of bounds, and he does. They'll mark him out of bounds at the Tampa Bay 35. 29-yard reception, Cole Beasley's longest reception of the season. He had that 12-catch day back during the divisional playoff last season. Clock stops with 1:33 to go. Back to pass, under pressure, completes it to Moore inside the 30. He's got the first down inside the 25, tackled by Diggs. No huddle offense here for Toronto, under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Pressure again, Barrett chases Herbert out of the pocket. He's got the first down. He's inside the 10, tackled by Jones at the 7. Toronto not wanting to leave a lot of time on the clock for Tampa Bay. Does not huddle. Herbert chased once again by Barrett. He's going to dump it off near side to Moore. He catches the ball. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. A well-executed 2-minute drill by Justin Herbert. 6 plays, 72 yards. Ends with the 7-yard touchdown pass to Moore. We'll take a look at that one again on the replay. Under pressure, gets the pass off in time, and Moore is able to wrestle it away from the defensive back. Zerline on for the extra point attempt. It's just inside the upright. Just inside the upright. Toronto leads by 10, 23-13. 54 seconds left to go here in the first half. We were making our way through the first quarter. We were thinking this is going to be a Toronto blowout. And Tampa Bay has come back, and we've got us a ball game here. 54 seconds left for Tampa Bay. They do have 2 timeouts. Harris going to down this one inside the end zone. Tampa Bay will get it at the 25. Tom Brady has 54 seconds to work with here. Four wide receivers set for Tampa Bay. Back to pass, under pressure. Fires underneath from McLaurin, incomplete. So if you're thinking field goal here, McPherson's longest has been from 54 yards, but he's 14 of 21 in the field goal department, averaging just 67% on his field goals this season. Brady from the pistol, surveying the defense. With time, looking, fires for Cup. First down at the 35. Quickly tackled by Fuller. Brady hurries them up to the line. Gets the play off in time. Fires over the middle for Higbee, incomplete. Closely guarded by Winfield. Clock will stop with 24 seconds. Brady, safety blitz, under pressure, fires. There's a penalty flag on the play. That might be pass interference.
Defense. Number 26. Automatic. First down.
And Josh Norman is furious. Did not think that was pass interference. And that'll put the ball at the Tampa Bay 49 with 18 seconds left. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Norman giving one of the side judges an earful down on the field. Brady. Back to pass, under pressure once again, and he's going to be sacked by Von Miller. Von Miller with the sack. Quick timeout taken by Tampa Bay. Stops the clock with 12 seconds. And it's the second sack of Brady tonight by the Toronto defense. 12 seconds left, 2nd and 17. Brady under a lot of pressure. Back to pass again. Looking. Has time. Throws underneath the Cup. Near the 45. He's at the 40. The 35. Finally tackled by Fuller. And they'll stop the clock with 3 seconds left. So it is looking to be within the range for Evan McPherson. Ball's at the 34. So 54 yards. That is right at McPherson's length. So McPherson trying to make it a 7-point ball game heading into the half. Slight wind. The snap. Here comes the kick. And it's straight down the middle. Good. Triple zeros on the clock as we have approached halftime. And Tampa Bay has fought their way back into this one. McPherson gets a 52-yard field goal to end the first half. The Hitmen lead at 23-16. Take a quick look at those first half statistics, and if you were looking at the first quarter ones, it was very, very bad for Tampa Bay, but it definitely have improved. Toronto still probably the more dominant team as far as time of possession, yards gained. Herbert, good night so far statistically, except for that interception. Brady coming back though. All right, as we mentioned, we want to take a look at some highlights from the games played earlier yesterday. So let's take you around the league. Early in the day yesterday, London, no problems handling the Washington Federals, 47-24. Dave Mills gets his first WFL start as London ends a 5-game losing streak. Mills goes 20 of 25, 250 yards, 5 touchdowns in this game as London again ends 5-game losing streak. And in Berlin, staying in Europe, the Berlin Thunder take care of the Memphis Express 31-10. Sanders with 6 catches, 111 yards, and 1 touchdown. Also had a rushing touchdown in that game. As we mentioned earlier, Vegas, best record in the WFL, defeats San Antonio 28-7. Derek Carr, 33 of 48, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns. Myles Garrett also had 2 sacks in that game. In Arizona, the Wranglers are making some noise. They defeated Chicago 34-13. Ryan Tannehill, 28 of 41, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns in that game. Houston goes to Denver and easily takes care of the Gold, 27-13. Joe Burrow, 24 of 31, 314 yards, 2 touchdowns. And in Orlando, an upset. The Apollos defeat Philadelphia by a score of 18-16. Of note in that game, Philadelphia quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo knocked out with a concussion late in the third quarter. Matt Ryan took over for the fourth quarter. In Birmingham, the Americans improved to 5-2 by beating New York 31-17. Baker Mayfield, 17 of 25, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. We're going to see Birmingham take on Los Angeles next Sunday night on Sunday Night Football. In Detroit, the Wheels improved to 4-3 by defeating the Mexico City Aztecs 30-23. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 28, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns. In St. Louis, the Stars continue to improve. They're up over 500 with a 31-22 win over the Los Angeles Wildcats. Adam Thielen, 9 receptions, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that game. That brings you up to date on the results from yesterday. We showed you the standings, and we'll talk a little bit about, maybe it's not too early, but we'll talk about MVP talk for offense and defense, potential coach of the year, and rookie of the year. We'll tease that a little bit in the second half. And again, like we said, join us next week as we debut Sunday Night Football. We begin our flex schedule. It'll be the Birmingham Americans and the Los Angeles Wildcats. Both teams are back out on the field after halftime. Curious to see what adjustments will be made by both teams. And first quarter and the second quarter were just two totally different periods of time for these two teams. We'll see if the momentum for Tampa Bay can continue as they will get the ball to start the third quarter. Zerline will kick it off. Harris will not bring it out. I don't think he's had a return tonight. So a quick update on some of the injuries that occurred during the first half. Whitehead not returning and Risner not returning for Toronto. 1st and 10 Tampa Bay 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, and they're visiting white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, red and silver helmets, moving left to right across the screen. First play of the third quarter, play action. Brady back to pass, fires underneath, looking for Renfro, but it's incomplete. Norman with the tip brings up 2nd and 10. Brady changing the play at the line of scrimmage on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws underneath to Fournette. He'll get to about the 30. Gain of 5, tackled by Winfield. Brings up 3rd down. Take a look at the 3rd down conversions for both teams. Tampa Bay was 1 of 4 in the first half. Toronto 4 of 8. Tampa Bay needs to get to the 35-yard line. Brady changing the play once again at the line. Blitz coming by Toronto. Throws underneath to Higbee. Higbee is going to be stopped short. Only a gain of 2 brings up 4th down, and Tampa Bay goes 3 and out. Von Miller, watch that replay. This has been happening all night. Von Miller just blitzing on almost every other play, not being picked up by the Tampa Bay offensive line. That's definitely something they've got to address moving forward. So in will come Sam Koch to punt. Erickson standing back at his own 31. Koch gets away a good one. Erickson's going to take it at his own 15. Gets to about the 30. And stopped at the Toronto 29. So Toronto gets their first possession of the second half. They're in their all-black home uniforms, white numerals, black helmets. They're moving right to left across your screen. Gordon, the lone running back. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends for Toronto. Play action. Under pressure, and Herbert goes down. Godcho with the sack. And that'll be sack number 4 of Herbert tonight. If you missed it earlier, Toronto missing several key players on the offensive line due to injury. And had to go sign some players off free agency this week, heading into tonight's game. Draw play to Booker. He'll get to about the 30. Tackled by Nick Bosa at the 34. Brings up 3rd and 5. Toronto, again, 4 of 8 on 3rd downs in the first half. Needs to get to their 39-yard line. And before he can get the play off, there's a penalty.
False start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty.
And the false start called on the left tackle, Williams. That moves him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. 12 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Hitmen lead by 7, 23-16. Herbert calling the signals from the pistol. Back to pass. Under pressure. Forced to run to the 30. 35. Finally tackled. I think he's short of the first down. Campbell with the stop at the Toronto 39. And Ryan Dinwiddie is making an interesting choice here. He's going to keep the offense out there. Man, he was close. I thought he got it at first. But they're going to leave the offense out there. And boy, this is a big gamble early in the 3rd quarter. In your own end of the field. Gordon, the deep back. Tampa Bay crowding the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Gordon, right side of the line. Did he get it? I think he got it. And Clay Martin, the referee, indicates first down Toronto. So the gamble for Ryan Dinwiddie pays off. Fresh set of downs for Toronto. Play action. Booker. Herbert looking to go long. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for Erickson. Trufant on the coverage. Brings up 2nd and 10. Gordon back into the game at running back. Handoff Gordon, off tackle right. He's to the 40. 35, tackled by Trufant. We'll mark him at the 46. Brings up 3rd and 4. Empty backfield behind Herbert. Herbert changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the blitz, under pressure. Herbert throws underneath to Knox, and he's going to be short of the first down. Diggs with the tackle. And this time, Toronto will send out the punting unit. They will not risk this one. Bailey on to punt. Aiming for the sideline inside the 20. And it will go out of bounds at the 14. 8:54 to go. Toronto leads at 23-16. Officials timeout on the field. Yep, that was me. All right, official timeout over. A lengthy one there. As we are back in play here, Tampa Bay, after the punt, has the ball at their own 14. Trailing by 7. Both teams forced to punt on their opening drive. Fournette, the lone running back behind Brady. Play action. Here comes the blitz. Picked up by the line. Throws near sideline to Renfro, but incomplete. Brady on the night so far, 11 of 23, 123 yards. Herbert, 18 of 22, 165 yards. And that was me dropping quarters here in the press box. Shouldn't keep them close to my water here, I guess. 2nd and 10, 8:49 to go here in quarter number 3. Brady will step back into the pistol. Brady under pressure, and he's dropped by Roberts. I think they were trying to work a screen over there to Fournette, but again, the offensive line not able to hold up. That'll move the ball back to the Tampa Bay 9-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Bandits. Tampa Bay Bandits, one of the charter members of the WFL. Going all the way back to the late 1970s for this team. They were called something else before they became the Bandits. Their one and only league championship, 1982. Higbee will move to the slot position on 3rd and long. Brady throws underneath to Higbee. He makes the catch along the near sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds by Norman near the 15. And oh, he was having such a great night. Von Miller. Von Miller's going to have to be helped off the field in the area of his right foot near the Achilles. Oh, goodness. Von Miller having a great night tonight. The pressure he was putting on Brady, and he's having to head to the sidelines, and that does not look good as they're immediately taking him over to the blue medical tent there on the Toronto sideline. 4th and 9, Tampa Bay will punt. Erickson standing near midfield. Cook gets away a good one. Erickson will pick it up at his own 35. Doesn't get much from there. They'll mark him down at the Toronto 36, 7:54 to go. And we were mentioning, being at the halfway point of the season. And at the end of the season, we do awards. They're called the Gridiron Awards or the Gritties. So if we think about offense already, three players that come to mind for offense. Joe Burrow, of course, for Houston. Leads the league with a 108.4 quarterback rating. Derek Carr, quarterback for the Las Vegas Outlaws. They have the best record in the league. Carr's thrown 3 touchdown passes already. And Jimmy Garoppolo, who did get hurt yesterday, suffered a concussion. We're still waiting to hear on his availability for next week's game. He leads the league with 19 touchdown passes. So an early window into the possible offensive MVP player. The WFL splits MVP into offense and defense. We'll talk about defense a little bit later. As Toronto brings out the offense. Here, midway through the 3rd quarter, they have a 7-point lead on the Bandits. Gordon will get the handoff, off tackle left. Gets near the 40. Edmonds with a tackle, and we have another Toronto injury. Wide receiver Erickson heading to the sideline. Came up a little lame there, probably a hamstring or something. He's going to get quickly looked at. They already have Von Miller being attended to. What appears to be an apparent Achilles injury. So 2nd and 6 from the Toronto 40. Beasley into the game for Erickson. From the gun. Back to pass. Herbert going long for Beasley. It is incomplete. Beasley just had one man to beat, and it would have been a touchdown for sure. Brings up 3rd and 6. Erickson back into the game for Toronto. So whatever was going on with his hamstring there, they determined he's okay to return to the game. 3rd and 6. Need to get to the Toronto 46-yard line for the first down. Herbert with time. Looking. Fires over the middle for Knox. Incomplete. Dropped pass. Brings up 4th down. So 3 and out for the Hitmen. And punting time for Jake Bailey. Renfro standing at his own 21. He'll call for a fair catch at the 15. They'll mark him at the 16. 7:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Toronto leads 23-16. Going back to our mid-season talk of awards, think about defensive most valuable player, Trayvon Diggs for Mexico City. Even though Mexico City's been struggling as of late, Trayvon Diggs, safety, 3 interceptions already this season, 46 tackles. T.J. Watt, defensive end for Detroit, the brother of J.J. Watt, 9 sacks, leads the league in sacks in that category. And then another person to consider, Darius Slay, cornerback for Philadelphia, already has 2 interceptions for Philadelphia so far. Be interesting to see how that plays out over the last 7 games. And then after week 14 is done, the official votes go in for the Gridiron Awards, which of course we'll broadcast here on the Replay Sports Channel shortly before the Pantheon Bowl. Brady breaks the huddle. 1st and 10 from the Tampa Bay 16. They only trailed by 7. Play action. Brady to pass. Completes it to McLaurin at the 22. Norman drills him, but McLaurin hangs on. Brings up 2nd and 3. Handoff to Fournette. Off tackle right. Near the first down, he picks that up near the 30 before being shoved out of bounds by Jones. Gain of 7. Fournette just 4 carries for 30 yards tonight. Fournette will get the call again. Right side of the line, near the 34. Lawrence with the tackle. They'll officially give him 3 yards. Fournette into the middle of the line, gets to about the 35. Pickup of about 2 brings up 3rd and 5. And Fournette goes to the sideline for a well-needed rest. Empty backfield behind Brady on 3rd and 5. with time. Looking. Fires for Cup. Incomplete. Cup double team there. That'll bring up 4th down. Each quarter's kind of had its own momentum. First quarter definitely in favor of Toronto. They jump out to the 16-0 lead. Second quarter, Tampa Bay comes back. And third quarter, just the theme has been stalemate so far. Erickson set to return at his own 29. Cook aiming for the far sideline, gets it inside the 20, and they'll mark the ball out at the 14. Clock stops with 4:28 to go here in the third quarter. Toronto lead at 23-16. Continuing our conversation here as we wait for the teams to bring out their offensive, defensive units. Coach of the year, of course, the obvious one, Todd Bowles, coming in for the retiring Bruce Arians. Has the league's best record with the Las Vegas Outlaws, 6-1. Doug Peterson, his first year taking over from Mike Singletary in Birmingham. Already has the team at 5-2. Last year, Birmingham finished at 6-8, so he's already one win away from matching last year's total. And another good statistic that I pulled up about Birmingham is that Birmingham's defense. They allow just an average of 18 points a game. That's tied for second in the WFL. And then, of course, Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's been there for a few years. Has the team at 5-2. Has the league's #1 scoring offense. They average about 32 points a game. So Toronto gets the ball at its own 14. Under 4.5 to go here, third quarter. Double tight end formation for the Hitmen. Won their first and only championship last season. Screen pass to Gordon at the 10. He's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. Kendrick snuffed that one out. A loss of 1. And the Boo Birds continue to rain down here at BMO Field. They do not like the play selection. At the Toronto 13, Gordon gets the handoff, off tackle right, gets to the 15, the 20, first down, 25, 30, still on his feet, one man to beat, 40, and finally Diggs wrestles him down at the Toronto 49-yard line, a gain of 36 yards by Melvin Gordon, his longest run of the season. I have to take a look at that play again on the replay. Offensive line opens up a great hole there, and then the rest of it is Melvin Gordon. Huge first down for Toronto. Gordon now 16 carries, 85 yards on the night. He'll come out for a breather. Devontae Booker will now come in. That play kind of helped the yards per average for Toronto. They have 6.4 yards per rushing average now. Booker gets it, goes off tackle right. He's got a first down. He's inside the 40. They're in Tampa Bay territory. Finally stopped by Trufant at the Tampa Bay 34. We've got an injured Tampa Bay player. And Greenlaw grabbing his left arm. That does not look good as he heads to the sideline. Clock stops with 2:52 to go. Injuries beginning to accumulate for both teams. Von Miller, if you're just joining us, went out with an apparent Achilles injury a couple of series ago for Toronto. Ball will be placed at the Tampa Bay 34. First and 10, Toronto. Gordon back in the game at running back. Herbert changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass, under pressure. Fires long for Moore, complete inside the 15. He's to the 10. Finally tackled at the 6-yard line. Moore tackled by Moore. And it's first and goal, Toronto. Herbert definitely saw something he didn't like, changed the play, completes the pass to Moore. And of course, the touchdown saving tackle made by Moore the second at the 6-yard line. Herbert 20 of 26 for 192 yards now. It's first and goal for Toronto. Toronto looking to stretch their lead to 14 points here late in the third quarter. From the pistol, Herbert back to pass. With time, completes it to Knox at the 1. Touchdown, Toronto. Herbert with his third touchdown of the day to Knox. We'll take a look at that one again. Knox looked like he was double teamed there by 2 linebackers, but manages to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Zerline up for the point after attempt, and it is down the middle with 2:02 left to go. Third quarter, Toronto lead at 30-16 here late in the third quarter. Toronto, 5 plays, 86 yards, 2 minutes, 26 seconds. Herbert's third touchdown of the day, a 6-yard touchdown pass to the tight end, Dawson Knox. Tampa Bay finds themselves in a hole again. Harris has an opportunity at a return here, brings it out of his own end zone. He's at the 20, 25, finally tackled at the 27. Clock stops with 1:54 to go. As we continue our talk about mid-season awards, what about rookies that have made a contribution? Definitely, we're talking about Arizona earlier. Rookie wide receiver Jalen Waddle. He was the 6th overall pick from Alabama. Leads the league in receptions. He has 45 receptions on the season. Running back Javonte Williams from North Carolina. He was the 29th overall pick. He was picked in the second round by the Wheels. He is 3rd in rushing. He's gained 577 yards in the rushing category. And then we got to give the defense some love. So take a look at Micah Parsons, linebacker for New York, 11th overall pick from Penn State. Already has accumulated 4 sacks. So definitely some players to watch as we begin the second half of the season. We play a 14-game schedule and then on to the playoffs. Tampa Bay finds themselves down by 2 touchdowns with the ball at their own 27 late in the third quarter. Two tight end formation. Fournette the single back. He'll get the handoff up the middle to the 30, 35, near the first down marker. And we have an injured Toronto player. It's going to be Roberts holding his right wrist. And he's going to head quickly over to the sidelines. So clock will stop with 1:45. Fournette was marked a yard shy of the first down. Brady up under center. He's going to take this one himself. And I don't think he got it. They say no gain for Brady. Usually that's an automatic one for TB12. Jumbo formation in for Tampa Bay. Fournette the deep back. C.J. Ham in at fullback. First time we've seen him use 2-back formation tonight. Handoff Fournette. And he's going to be stopped. The Toronto players are whooping it up. They stop Tampa Bay from picking up the first down. They go 3 and out. Forced to punt. Erickson standing at his own 29. Cook gets away a beauty. Erickson backpedals back to his own 14. Gonna return it. Stopped at the 22. Clock stops with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Toronto leads it 30-16. Possible last play of the third quarter. Gordon hits the handoff off tackle right. Met at the line of scrimmage by Kendricks. Kendricks is a beast today. Double digits in tackles. And that will be the last play of the third quarter. So a bit of a stalemate for most of the third quarter, but then Toronto gets a drive going. And they lead 30-16 as we head into quarter number 4. There are the third quarter statistics for you. Just a reminder, we started our ABA 78 replay earlier this week. Great game between the St. Louis Spirits and the New York Nets. We'll continue that in the coming weeks with our next game, Indiana Pacers at the expansion Pittsburgh Ironmen. Dr. J, Julius Erving, will be seen for the first time in prime time, debuting for the Pittsburgh Ironmen. So definitely check that out if you're interested in basketball, baseball, hockey, football. That's why you're here for football. Definitely sign up to be a subscriber to the Replay Sports channel. All right, we come out of the timeout. Final 15 minutes. Maybe. Toronto has the ball, 2nd and 10. I formation behind Herbert. They give us to Gordon. He's to the 25. 30, near the first down. Tackled by Barrett. Stopped at the 34. First down, Toronto. And Melvin Gordon, with 97 yards rushing, that is his season high. What a good time to do it, in prime time. He'll go out for a break. Booker will come in to replace him. Herbert, back to pass. Completes it to Moore at the 44-yard line. Close to a first down. And the officials indicate first down, gain of 11. So back-to-back first downs for Toronto. Toronto's offense has accumulated 361 total yards to Tampa Bay's 163. Gordon back in the game at running back. Hand off to Gordon. To the 35, near midfield, tackled by Godcho. And Gordon officially goes over the 100-yard mark. 19 carries, 102 yards. Had that nice 34-yard run back in the third quarter. 36-yard run, sorry, I beg my pardon. 36-yard run. So Gordon reaches the century mark. 2nd and 5. Booker into the game. Toronto looking to put the nail in the coffin here. As Booker picks up about 3, it'll bring up 3rd and short for Toronto. Tampa Bay, love to get a stop here and get the ball back. Empty backfield behind Herbert. Herbert back to pass. Fires for Brown, incomplete. 4th down. And Toronto is going to keep the offense out there. Toronto is keeping their offense out there. And they may be trying to lure Tampa Bay to jump off sides here. That could very well be the way that goes too. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. Tampa Bay would not budge.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty.
So delay of game puts the ball back at the Toronto 48. And the punting unit will come out this time. Jake Bailey set to punt. Renfro back at his own 15. Bailey gets it away, and it's going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay gets the ball at their own 20. Down 14 points. 12:07 left to go in this one. Tampa Bay stays on the road next week. They go to Denver. Losers of 3 straight games. Denver at 1-6 at the halfway point. Toronto will stay here and entertain the San Antonio Commanders, who finished the first half of the season at 3-4. Tampa Bay had been down earlier and managed to claw their way back. Let's see if they can do it here in the fourth quarter. The give is to Fournette up the middle near the 25, tackled by Jones. Gross Matos, injured for Toronto, heads to the sidelines. Gain of 5 for Fournette. 9 carries, 48 yards tonight for the former LSU player. Give again to Fournette. Off tackle left. Gets to about the 25. Gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and 4 for Tampa Bay. The Bandits have struggled on 3rd down. Only 1 of 8 on 3rd down. Brady from the pistol. Fires over the middle for Renfro. It's incomplete. And Howard thought he had an interception. So Xavier Howard's encouraging the sideline to challenge this play.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit the ground. Interception. No timeout will be charged.
So Xavier Howard, the defending Defensive Player of the Year for the league, has his 2nd interception of the season. And him and the rest of the defensive unit run down to that sideline to celebrate with the fans over there in the corner. Brady's first interception of the season. Toronto gets the ball at the Tampa 33 with 11:18 left. Gordon the lone setback. Play action. Herbert back to pass. Fades to his right. Incomplete. Throws that one away. I think it was in the direction of Moore. Tampa Bay, Byron Leftwich wanted intentional grounding, but he's not going to get that call. Brings up 2nd and 10. Second and long. Herbert throws, completes to Brown near the 25. Tackled immediately by Moore. It's a gain of 8, brings up 3rd and 2. Ball's placed at the Tampa Bay 25. 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Empty backfield behind Herbert. Back to pass, under pressure, fires, completes it to Erickson at the 20, 1st down, and some more. Tackled by Burris at the 15. 1st and 10, Toronto. Inside the red zone. Red zone opportunities tonight. Toronto's been there 5 times, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. I think I read that right. Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Play action. Herbert rolls to his right, being chased, and he's finally going to be sacked by Kendricks. Kendricks not buying the fake there. And moves the ball back to the Tampa Bay 21. Under 10 minutes to go here. Toronto trying to shut the door on this one. Draw play to Booker. Gets to about the 20. Stopped by Ebucam. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 14. Empty backfield behind Herbert. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Under pressure. Gets rid of it in time. Completes it to Beasley at the 15. Well short of the first down. Only a gain of 5 yards. And brings up 4th down and brings out Greg Zuerlein. And for Zuerlein, that'll be 4th field goal attempt of the night. And Zuerlein's going to be kicking this one from 31 yards away. Good snap, hold. And it's true. So 7:52 to go. Toronto increases their lead to 33-16 over Tampa Bay. Zuerlein prepared to kick it away. Out of the end zone for a touchback. So desperation time for the Bandits. They find themselves down 17 points halfway through the 4th quarter. Brady. Screen pass for Fournette, incomplete. Brady, 13 of 28 for 136 yards today. Brings up 2nd down. Brady under pressure and the safety blitz as Winfield drops him for a loss of 9. We also have an injured Tampa Bay offensive lineman, Hudson, heads to the sidelines. 3rd and 19 for Tampa Bay. Brady has been sacked 4 times tonight. Herbert sacked 5 times. Need to reach the 35-yard line. Penalty flag before the start of the play.
Full start. Offense. Number 75, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
And the penalty is on the right tackle, Irving. From their 11-yard line, Brady throws to Renfro. Howard with the tackle at the 15. Only a 4-yard gain. And Tampa Bay forced to punt. Erickson takes the punt at his own 40. He's across midfield into Tampa Bay territory. Finally tackled at the Tampa Bay 43. 6:43 left to go. And something about BMO Field. Tom Brady, of course, his last time here, threw 3 interceptions. And then the time before, during the regular season, there was a regular season meeting last season. Toronto was able to come back against Tampa Bay. So this place has not been very nice to TB12. Toronto in position to improve to 5-2 and a first-place tie with Philadelphia in the Metropolitan Division. Gordon picks up 2 yards, tackled by Barrett at the 41. Toronto taking their time. Gordon with the handoff again to the 40. Tackled by Sue at the 37. We'll bring up 3rd and 4. Knox moves to the slot position. Herbert from the pistol. Has time, throws over the middle to Knox. Complete near the 30, tackled by Kendricks. First down, Toronto. And for Knox, that's his 6th catch of the game, season high for Dawson Knox. Booker in the game at running back. He'll get the handoff off tackle right to the 30. 25, tackled by Trufant at the 24. Nearing the 4-minute mark. Toronto has gone over 400 yards in total offense. Gordon back in the game at running back. 21 carries, 108 yards tonight for him. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to give him credit for 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Toronto. Toronto taking their time. Empty backfield. Herbert with the snap. Has time. Looking for Dawson, and that would have been a first down, but it's incomplete. Clock stops with 2:50, brings a 4th down, and Greg Zuerlein will come out. Is this his 5th kick? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th field goal attempt of the night. Greg Zuerlein from 41 yards out. It's good. 20-point lead for Toronto, 36-16. And that, my friends, will probably about do it. Kickoff sails through the end zone. A lot for the Bandits to chew on during a short week as they prepare to go to Denver to take on the Gold. Brady looking to salvage something here in the final 3 minutes or so of the game. Back to pass, under pressure, forced to run to the 30, picks up the first down at the 35, tackled by Amos. Gain of 12 for Brady They're going to go to the hurry up here. Pass time, looking for Cup, incomplete. Fuller with the deflection. Scoreline last year was Toronto 41, Tampa Bay 14. And Toronto could go on to win their 16th, or to get their 16th win against Tampa Bay. They came into this game leading the series 15-11. It's the 27th meeting between the Bandits and the Hitmen. 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 2:12 left. Brady to Cup, completed the 41. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. And also the 2-minute warning. So 2-minute warning as Toronto they jumped out to an early lead. Tampa Bay looked like it'd make it a game in the 2nd quarter. And then the Hitmen were able to dominate here in the 2nd half. So a look ahead to next week's games. Got the early one out in London. Chicago making the trip across the pond. Take on the Knights. The Toronto Hitmen, improving to 5-2, will take on San Antonio Commanders. Another early game will be the Berlin Thunder and the Detroit Wheels. That should be an interesting game. Both teams 4-3. Houston will visit New York. St. Louis at Philadelphia. That also will be a good game. Tampa Bay, as we said, looking to rebound from this loss at Denver. Orlando at Mexico City. Our Sunday night game, Birmingham at Los Angeles. Arizona at Memphis, and Washington at Las Vegas. So 3rd and 5 for Tampa Bay. Penalty before the play begins.
Ball start. Offense. Number 78, 5-yard penalty.
And the left tackle, Tristan Wirfs, gets called for the false start. Moves it back 5 yards. 3rd and 10. Brady, back to pass. Over the middle to Cup. Cup was double covered there. And it'll fall incomplete. 4th and 10. Tampa Bay going for it here. No other choice. Brady on 4th and long. Back to pass. Looking. Fires. Completes to Renfro at the Toronto 45. Tackled by Howard at the 40. Brady hurriedly brings them up to the line of scrimmage. Gets the play off in time. Forced to scramble. And he's sacked. And Toronto thought they had a fumble there, but Brady is marked down by contact. Brady calls a timeout here. They have 2 left. Clock stops with 1:27. Brady, back to pass. Looking. Throws it to Cup at the 30. He's tackled by Howard immediately. yards shy of the first down. 3rd and 1. No huddle offense. Brady. Looking for Cup, incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:03. 4th and 1. $63 left in this one. Brady. Incomplete. Tampa Bay turns the ball over on downs. So with 57 seconds left, Toronto fans get to begin the celebration. As Herbert's going to take a knee. As we're going to begin to close the book on this one. And that will do it here from BMO Field in Toronto. Your final score, Toronto 36, Tampa Bay 16. Your player of the game, Justin Herbert. Herbert finishes the game tonight, 26 of 35, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns on the night. So as we said, next week we start our Sunday night football schedule. We got a good one for you to start our flex schedule. Birmingham Americans at the Los Angeles Wildcats. Again, this is Glenn Walker. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a feature presentation of the World Football League here on the Replay Sports Channel. Have a great night. Drive safely.